Our next step in creating the worksheet is to perform any necessary calculations, such as looking at the column and row totals. In Excel, we can easily perform calculation using a function, which is just a special predefined formula that makes us give a shortcut to figure out the value of a specific cell. So I'd like you to put your mouse in cell B6, and what we want to do is we want to add up the total income for quarter one. Now, that's a pretty easy calculation that we could do in our head or our calculator, but again, as we kind of look at quarter one expenses, there's a lot more. So putting that in our calculator would take a lot more time. And if any of those numbers changed, I would ultimately have to recalculate that total. So in B6, what we're going to do is we're going to use an auto sum. So if you go up to the editing group and click auto sum, we want cell B6 to show a sum or an addition of what is in B4 to B5. So you can hit enter. Now, since we've done that formula once for quarter one, which is January through March, we want to do the same thing for quarter 2, 3, 4. But it'd be very tedious to do this time and time again. So we have worked with the different mouse functions in Excel. What I want you to do in cell B6, which is where our answer currently is, we're going to copy that formula over into quarter 2, 3, and 4. So put your mouse on the little green dot in the corner of cell B6 and drag that over to cell E6. Now if you click on each of these cells up in our formula bar up here, you'll see that now quarter 3, for instance, is a sum of D4 to D5. E6 is a sum of E4 to E5. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom, so put your mouse in cell B18. That's where we want our answer. Again, we're going to click the auto sum button, and Excel highlights everything above it, so we want that to be the sum of B19 to B17. Again, hit enter. Go back to where your answer was in cell B18, and then we're going to drag the autofill handle over to cell E18. The way to do this would be to highlight a range and then also use that auto sum button. So for our revenue throughout the year, which includes quarters 1 through 4, we want to total all of those things, but we also want to total the interest row and the total row. So we're going to select the range F4 down to F6, and then up in the editing group once again, we're going to use the auto sum button to total those rows. We'll repeat the same steps for F9 down to F18. Highlight that range, click auto sum. I encourage you just to verify that F18 and F6 match. If not, call your teacher over for help to make sure those formulas are good to go.